My name is John McEachern, and I'm the Chief of Police for the City of Opelika, Alabama. I'd like to thank you all for being here today. Before I begin reading a prepared statement, I would like to express my sincerest sympathies and condolences to Airman Michael Davidson and his entire family. On behalf of the entire Opelika Police Department, our thoughts and prayers are with him, and we wish him a speedy recovery. I would also like to express these same sentiments to Officer Phillip Hancock and his family. Law enforcement is a demanding profession. Not a day or shift goes by without an officer having to make tough decisions and split-second decisions. It is only through their dedication to serve and to protect all citizens, along with their training, that they are able to complete their duties on a daily basis. Recently, a tragic incident occurred in the city of Opelika, one that has affected many lives and will do so forever. On the evening of March 6, 2014, at approximately 7:15 p.m., Opelika Police Emergency 911 dispatchers received calls of a vehicle traveling north on Interstate 85. The driver of the vehicle was described as driving in a reckless or erratic manner. Officer Phillip Hancock was in the area of the given call and responded immediately. At approximately mile marker 63 on I-85, Officer Hancock observed the vehicle as described by dispatchers, a silver SUV bearing Texas license plates. This vehicle, along with an 18-wheeler and other vehicles, had pulled to the right shoulder of the northbound interstate lanes. As the officer was exiting his vehicle, he observed the driver of the silver SUV exiting also. The officer then gave verbal commands to the driver. It was at this point that the officer perceived what he believed to be a threat. Officer Hancock then pulled his service weapon and fired 2 shots at the suspect. One of the shots fired struck Airman Michael Davidson. Additional backup units and rescue personnel were summoned immediately. Within 6 minutes, rescue personnel arrived on the scene where Davidson was treated and transported to East Alabama Medical Center. The Alabama Bureau of Investigation was requested to respond and conduct an independent investigation. A total of 5 ABI special agents quickly arrived and began their investigation, which included coverage of the entire crime scene, gathering of evidence, and obtaining witness statements. All evidence obtained by the ABI has been submitted to the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences, DFS, for analysis. The Opelika Police Department has cooperated fully with the ABI investigation and will continue to do so. Nothing will be withheld, and every shred of evidence has been turned over to the ABI. All evidence gathered in the investigation by the ABI will be presented to the district attorney for presentation to a grand jury at a later date. As mandated by Alabama state law, all sworn officers must receive mandatory training as spelled out by the Alabama Peace Officer Standards and Training Commission, APOST. Every officer receives a total of 480 hours training while at the police academy and additional yearly training hours as mandated. The Opelika Police Department has a written use of force, deadly force policy, which every officer is cognizant of. Police officers are authorized to use deadly force in order to protect the police officers or others from what is reasonably believed to be an immediate threat of death or serious physical injury. Based on the facts and circumstances I'm aware of, Officer Hancock acted accordingly within departmental guidelines, and we fully support him. To date, no charges have been filed against Airman Davidson, and as I earlier stated, all investigation is being conducted by the ABI with their findings to be presented to the district attorney's office for presentation to a grand jury. I would like to thank the ABI for their swift response to this investigation. I would also urge everyone in attendance today to not rush to any conclusions and to let the investigation take its course with respect to the evidence. As I stated in my opening, we have experienced a tragic incident which has affected numerous people. We can only hope and pray that we never have to experience such again. I will now try and answer some of your questions, but please keep in mind that I will not address questions as they relate to specific evidence and the investigation being conducted by the FBI.
What was